Bend the knee. Valor Mogolis, everybody. This is Don Willie. Back again with another edition of Ice and Fire Opinions. And as you can see on my screen right here, got the man, the myth, the legend, Sir Bronn of the Blackwater. And this character was suggested by When Debo Breaks Down the Door, which is like the craziest name ever, but I love it, man. It's awesome. It's awesome. And yeah, you know, shout out to Ion Trone and also Ricky Hunt, you know, Hell Hydra. Don't forget, next week I will be discussing Brendan Blackfish Tully. And let's see what we got here. We already got a quote, but not a quote, but you know, statement from Ion Trone, saying now that he is a knight and a castle lord, Bronn should give himself a more lowly name like LeBron. Oh my god. Oh my god. LeBron Stokeworth is what oh man, that's Ricky Hunter saying LeBron Stokeworth. But hold on, man. Do I got something? Got lint on my shirt or something? It's crazy. Yeah, you know, I'm trying to see if I can get me a rugged beard like Jerome Flynn has too, man. You know, I don't know, my beard be growing in kind of patchy though. You know, I got like this side over here that doesn't grow in like it should. It's all good though. You know, at least I got the goatee growing, man. I've been watching friggin' Vikings lately, so you know I'm all about Ragnar Lothbrok right now, trying to get that Ragnar beard going on. Anyway, you know, let's get back to the man himself. So Bronn of the Blackwater, before he is Bronn of the Blackwater, he is just a rando sellsword that we meet in a Game of Thrones and first season of Game of Thrones. And he is, you know, an outrider. He's not necessarily a camp follower, but while Catelyn is on her way back to Winterfell, Bronn kind of falls in and offers his services. And so when we get to the end at the crossroads, and you know the whole thing happens with Tyrion, Bronn kind of sees an opportunity. Because Tyrion is like, hey, I need some place to stay for the night, you know, and it's like, hey, we don't have any more beds. And when Tyrion offers up some money, Bronn is like, yo, you know what, cool, listen, I'll sleep in stables, whatever, you got some money, cool, I'll take it. Shout out to Sir LT Giles. And yeah, I'm almost all caught up on Vikings, Ricky. So when it comes to Bronn, you know, like, well, Tyrion has trial by combat, right? He demands a trial by combat because he's at the Eyrie, and they're like, nah, we want to put you on trial, and you know, he demands trial by combat. And first, Tyrion is like, I want Jaime to represent me as my champion. And they're like, no dice. It would take him, you know, weeks to get here. You know, even if we sent the letter, because at that particular time, they didn't exactly know where Jaime was. It was kind of like, all right, we know he left King's Landing. He most likely went back to Casterly Rock, but we don't know if he's at Casterly Rock right now. And you can't necessarily send a raven, you know, just randomly to like a battlefield camp. So hold up, move this a little bit closer. Anyway, so you know, they're like, look, we want this to happen right here, right now. It's going down. So Tyrion is like, yeah, I need somebody to, represent me in the trial by combat then. So Bronn, seeing an opportunity to enrich himself, was like, hey, I'll do it. And the only reason why I can think that he would do it, other than obviously, George just writing it that way, is, look, the Lannisters are the richest family. The Starks aren't super rich. He probably didn't want to really go to the north where it was going to be cold like that. And he didn't know how long he was going to be able to serve with the Starks, just being a sellsword. Shout out to Frank from Way Up Topic Radio. But with the Lannisters, the Lannisters essentially control the capital. Even if the Baratheons are the name, everyone knows that Tywin Lannister has the money to back the throne. Jaime Lannister is on the King's Guard. Cersei Lannister is the queen. So it's like, hey, I'm going where the money takes me. And that's what he did. And he was like, hey, you know what? Bronn was living that 50 Cent life. He was get rich or die trying. So you gotta respect that. So, let's take it forward there. So Bronn defends Tyrion in the trial by combat successfully. He kills Sir Vardis Egan, and Lysa Tully remarks, "You didn't fight with honor." Looks out the moon door and was like, "Nope, but you got it. I just killed did." So he walks with Tyrion out the gates of the moon. You have the whole thing with running into the mountain clans. Tyrion luckily was able to finesse that situation for the both of them. And here we have the mountain clans on his side. So Bronn is the one that actually snatches up Shae and, brings her to Tyrion. Now, the thing about it is, Shae was with somebody at the time, and basically Bronn went to him, was kind of like, look, Tyrion Lannister wants a girl. She's kind of the hottest thing on two legs right about now. You're going to have to give her up. And what are you going to say when it's Tyrion Lannister? Just the last name alone, you just, all right, then, damn it, I paid for it too. So he brings Shae back to her, to Tyrion, and that's kind of how things progress. Now the thing that they added to the show that wasn't in the books is the whole drinking game and what do you call it? It's drinking game and them kind of telling the backstory. We don't know anything about Bronn. Like, there's nothing to know about Bronn as far as a backstory is concerned. What we have is what we have. He's a dude that basically just jumped on the page and was like, all right, well, he has gained almost mythic status to a certain extent, and I'll talk about how in just a moment. So we got to go through the finer points of things that Bronn has done, his deeds, and all that stuff, right? So when it comes to Tyrion making it out of that battle that they have during the War of the Five Kings, and Bronn going back with Tyrion to King's Landing. He kind of becomes Tyrion's bodyguard, but like the book versus the show, and shout out to J.I. Calrissian with the Il Bronn quote. The thing about it is, like, in the show, him and Tyrion have a much more kind of buddy relationship where they actually seem like they were friends a little bit more. Whereas in the book version of Bronn, it's kind of like, yo, just remember I'm doing this for the money. Like, all right, we're cool and all, but it is for the money. I am a sellsword. Don't ever get that twisted. And shout out to Maria Lind, and also when Debo breaks down the door. Yo, listen, sometimes people will late, man. It happens. Don't worry about it. And you know what? Well, in the drinking game, and this is to Maria Lynn's question about didn't Bronn go beyond the wall? You know what? That is a good question. I mean, like, I think, like, because it's during the drinking game when Tyrion is trying to guess that Bronn has been beyond the wall, and I don't exactly remember as to whether or not Bronn says yes. It's just kind of like, you've been beyond the wall. And then, I do think that Bronn had to drink to that, because it wasn't like a verbal confirmation. It was like, if I guess something correct about you, then you have to drink. And I do believe that Bronn drunk to that question. What did I say? PSA, you can get a larger chat window when you replace the 3 W's in the URL with gaming, laptop, desktop. Okay. Oh, and also shout out to Milk K, who also yeah, in the building. All right, so but let's get back to Bronn's dynamic with Tyrion in the book versus show. And yeah, I will get the Bronn theories. I just saw Bronn theory pop up on the screen now. So, Bronn in the book is kind of infrequent. It's like every now and then there are certain things that Tyrion wants done, and since Bronn doesn't have a reputation in the city with people, and since he since he doesn't have a reputation with people in the city, and also since Bronn is kind of like morally like dark gray, like there's a lot of gray characters, and he is dark gray, meaning that he'll do a lot of more messed up stuff, and he'd have an easier time sleeping at night about doing that than somebody like a Ned Stark. Like Ned Stark might, like, when it came, like for example, when Ned Stark had to kill Lady, it wasn't something that he wanted to do, and it was like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna make sure that I inflict the least amount of pain possible. Whereas, like, somebody, gives Bronn some money, and it's like, I kill the dire wolf, skin it, and bring me back its pelt. Bronn, like, all right, cool. shit, I'll try to skin a damn thing alive if I can. Like that's what Bronn is, you know. So Tyrion, you know, like I'm trying to remember. There's a singer that Tyrion basically gets Bronn to kill. I forget what the name is, because the dude kind of threatened Tyrion with the song that he had to Shay, Hands of Gold, where he basically is like, yeah, I know that Shay is your chick, and you know you strutting around here with that Hand of the King chain, because in the books, there's a Hand of the King chain, and the funny thing about it is, the Hand of the King chain actually shows up in the show in the Battle of Blackwater. Tyrion is wearing the Hand of the King chain, and for whatever reason, they decided to go with the pin for the show instead of the chain, because the chain is dope, you know, with the interlocking hands and all that. But yeah, so you know, finally we get to like the Battle of Blackwater. Bronn, you know, is labeled a hero, basically just for igniting the fire that burned down a lot of Stannis' fleet. You know, but yeah, it's crazy. He's named, you know, Sir Bronn of the Blackwater, and not really given. He's not really given anything other than the title of being a knight. It's like, all right, yeah, you're knighted because, you know, you survived the battle. And at that point, it didn't even really mean anything, because after the Battle of Blackwater, it was like if you survived and you fought on the Lannister side, you would be, if you weren't a knight, you'd be knighted. And if you were already knighted, you might get, you know, some land. If they, like, for any of the captured rebels or whatever, then you might be able to get their land, you know. So Bronn didn't really gain much. It was just, all right, cool, I get this status of being a knight. So you know, hold on, let's see here. Bronn, I don't know if Bronn and Tyrion were actually like really friends in the book. I mean, because Bronn kept on reminding Tyrion that that he's a sellsword. Like he really tried to hammer the point. He was like, yeah, I like you, but am I going to get paid for this? And they kind of took a little bit of that with they took that part of his personality and shifted that to the later seasons. So it's like when he's with Jaime, it's more of the book Bronn in terms of like, all right, I'm doing this, but yo, my money, I want my damn gold, kind of thing. Shout out to Septon, Shayna's, Sapphires, and don't you dare try to say that 3 times fast. Don't even think about it. But show Bronn, you know, also knighted Bronn of the Blackwater, and like pretty much for the most part, book Bronn and show Bronn stay the same for the most part, except in season 2, when Tyrion got rid of Janos Slynt and sent him to the wall, he makes Bronn the new captain of the Gold Cloaks. Whereas in the books, I'm thinking, was it Adam Marbrandt? It was somebody totally different. It was somebody who was already one of the Gold Cloaks that Tyrion basically went to and was like, yo, I'm about to get rid of Janos Slynt. Do you want to be the captain of the Gold Cloaks? Where in the show he makes Bronn the captain of the Gold Cloaks, and Bronn, you know, per usual, being who he is, he's basically like double taxing people. You're like, Bronn was the epitome of a crooked cop. Because the Gold Cloaks are, you know, like the cops in King's Landing, and Bronn was definitely a crooked cop. Okay, it was Jocelyn Bywater. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why I'm thinking Adam Marbrand. I don't even know what that like why that name came up. It's just one of those things that one of those names. Oh, okay. That's where Adam Marbrand came in. All right, so Adam Marbrand was the point. See, you got Tyrion, Tywin. The names look similar, but I was right about Adam Marbrand. Being you know, gold cloaks. Oh yeah! Shout out to Broncos fan. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. I try to try to do my best. Um, Ricky, don't worry. I'm gonna get to the whole thing about the lawless Stokeworth thing because I think I have an explanation as to why he did that. So you know after the whole thing with the battle of Blackwater, Bronn kind of could see the writing on the wall. It's like, all right, Tyrion isn't really in a position to give me things anymore. He's not in a position to really do things for me. So, like if you notice in the books, Bronn appears less and less to the point where, like, the last time we actually see him on screen in the books on page is basically right before Tyrion's trial by combat, where Bronn is like, "Yo, sorry, bro, I'm not gonna be able to do this one." You know, and it's funny though because he's given the lordship by Cersei, and it's not even he's given the lordship. What happens is he's told basically, okay, I'm gonna give you a wife, and that'll kind of make you legitimate. And the wife that he is given is Lawless Stokeworth, who is described as being dim-witted, and apparently she got raped during during a riot in King's Landing and is pregnant with like some random dude's child that she got raped by. So, here you have someone who is a sellsword, who now is in a position where he's like, all right, well, I can't be a sellsword anymore. I'm a knight now, but I really can't do anything with this because I'm married to somebody who doesn't even actually have an inheritance. He was kind of made like a household knight, to Felice Stokeworth, and I forgot what her husband name was. Right? So after the whole thing with Tyrion's trial by combat or whatever, and Cersei, like Cersei looking for Tyrion after Tyrion escapes, she's like, okay, I know Bronn was Tyrion's boy, so Bronn probably helped him escape. And at this point, Cersei is already gone off the deep end. Oh, shout out to Leslie Powell. Leslie, you missed when I did the Crips of Winterfell. How you gonna miss the one that you suggested? Come on now. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. So so Cersei is going mad at this point. She's just throwing shit out wherever may have you. And when it comes to this now, Bronn has found his way to kind of come up because Felice Stokeworth's husband, like, he is instructed by Cersei, kill Bronn and make it look like an accident. And this dude is just, thinking, because you get people, unfortunately, who think that their title grants them some type of physical superiority over people, and that somehow, just by the virtue of I have this title, means that I can do things better than other people. And so Lord Stokeworth, did this thing where he decided, okay, no, instead of making Bronn die in a hunting accident, he decided to challenge this dude to single combat. Oh man. But before this, this is part of the reason why Cersei wanted to kill him. When Lola Stokeworth actually gives birth to her baby, it's a boy, and Bronn decides to name the child Tyrion. Now here's the thing though, right? Because Tyrion actually was a prominent name in the Lannister family before modern day Tyrion. So, they really try to play it off like, oh nah, Bronn didn't name the kid Tyrion after your brother. Tyrion is really a prominent name, so please don't take offense to it. Cersei takes offense to fucking everything, and I think Bronn did that, just kind of like kind of is one of those things where it's just like, all right, well, you married me off to basically push me into the background, and basically it was like you gave me this reward more as a punishment, so fine, I'm gonna give you, like, since you want to give me a backhanded compliment, I'm gonna give your whole family a backhanded compliment by naming this kid after the brother that supposedly murdered your son, who was the king, and that you're scared of, and also that killed your father. So basically Bronn did that as a troll. It wasn't really so much just because, oh, Tyrion is like my best friend. Nah, he basically did that to troll Cersei. It was like, all right, well, cool, you made me marry somebody that doesn't have an inheritance, and so basically I have less now as a knight than I had just being Tyrion's bodyguard. So when that happens now, again, Cersei, tries to set up the whole hunting accident thing. That goes all awry, and Felice Stokeworth comes back to Cersei crying, like, yo, this dude killed my husband, and now he's calling himself Lord Stokeworth. So really what I should have titled this video was Bronn Stokeworth with questions. Question and answer. Oh, shout out to Cat. Oh man, so yeah, that because that's crazy how he just came out and was just like, yo, I'm Lord Stokeworth. Because like Bronn also brought some of his people. Like Bronn now has an entourage. And that's the crazy shit, because when Bronn showed up to the Stokeworth lands, he didn't have an entourage. And then it's like, over the course of A Feast for Crows, or it's either A Feast for Crows or Dance with Dragons. I think it's A Feast for Crows though. When you get like the kind of like there's like 3 or 4 instances of Felice Stokeworth talking to Cersei. And each time it's like, okay, You start off with Bronn. You know, it's like, oh, Bronn married Lawless Stokeworth. Okay, we got him out of here. Oh, you know, but Lawless is pregnant. No, don't worry about it. You know, it's fine. And then it's like, all right, Lawless Stokeworth had a kid. Oh, okay, all right, what's the name? Tyrion. Okay, man, fuck this. Yo, get this dude killed. And then it's like, all right, we try to get, you know, this dude killed, but it didn't work. You know, now he's calling himself Lord Stokeworth. And then it's like, all right, shit. So we got, you know, like, so every time that some news comes about with Bronn, it's always worse for Cersei. It always turns out worse for Cersei, no matter what. And so now you have Bronn, who essentially has made himself a lord. He has taken over someone else's family name. He has trolled the shit out of Cersei by naming his stepson Tyrion. And fuck around, he might wind up killing Lawless, because I mean, like, yo, if Lawless Stokeworth is supposed to be as dim-witted as they say, you know, then it's probably gonna be like, yo, you know what, yo, fuck it, man, she's not up to snuff for me mentally. Now mind you, obviously in our modern day society, that would be absolute barbarism. It would be cruel. It would be all kinds of fucked up. But if we talking about medieval society, where everything, well, the number one thing is all about survival, and I'm trying to think, what can we say it is? The projection of your lineage. I mean, that's the best way I can put it for right now. But if it's all about, you know, furthering your lineage or whatever, and also cementing your power, then Lawless Stokeworth cannot help in that particular regard. So, you know, Bronn probably is going to try to kill her. You know, it's messed up, but that's probably what's going to wind up happening. So now you have, that's where we leave Bronn in the books. So let's talk about Show Bronn. So Show Bronn, you know, after Tyrion is gone, he's out in Essos or whatever. Bronn has been married off to Lawless Stokeworth, like in the books, but apparently in the show version, there isn't a Felice Stokeworth, and Lawless Stokeworth was not pregnant. And more than Lawless, no, you know what? No, Felice Stokeworth was there, and I think Bronn is kind of, you know, plotting to kill her. It's heavily insinuated that Bronn, you know, is like, oh damn, yeah, that, you know, oh, your sister inherits before you. Oh, okay. But, you know, mean people die all the time, because he talks about how a sister, you know, pulls her hair and calls her stupid and all that. And Lawless isn't painted as being, you know, stupid or slow or anything. She's more painted as being kind of like annoying, you know, just like is one of those people that's just totally oblivious to how annoying she actually is. So she's, you know, like, oh, and I wanted this, and I wanted that, and it's just like, yo, all right, I'm just gonna need you to shut the fuck up so I can concentrate right now. All right, I'm trying to concentrate on getting power, and you're here with the yappity yappity yap yap yap. Can you please? Okay, all right, cool. That's pretty much, you know, like the way that Lawless comes off in the show. I would definitely have to be like, yo, I'm gonna need you. Like, what was that that movie? It was, I don't know, some movie with Dana Carvey. He was like, this is what you're doing. This is what I need you to do. So yeah, man. Yeah, Felice Stokeworth in the show, yeah, man. like I said, it's heavily implied that he's going to that he was going to try to kill her. A shout out to Tyrion Jr. Landstark. Tyrion, you should definitely change that lowercase L to an uppercase L, because I'll be honest with you, you know, like until you told me what it was supposed to be, I thought it was Ian Stark, because you know, lowercase L looks like an uppercase I, depending on what the font is. So you know, anyway, so in the show, super deviation, Jerome Flynn is absolutely a great, you know, great actor. And they decided to expand the role to give him more to do. And do we got any mods in the chat room so we can ban this stupid something? You know what? No, it's all good. I'll hurry up and ban you with your dumb ass. I don't know how the hell you got in here to begin with. With your dumb ass. Okay, yeah, Master of Disguise. That was the name of the movie. It's funny because I've never seen the movie. I just remember that from the commercial. I heard Master of Disguise was trash. Don't worry, OVO out of here anyway, man. OVO cash is gone, and besides, I can't stand none of them OVO cats to begin with. The rap singing dudes, can't stand none of them cats anyway. So, anyway, so where did I leave off now? All right, so in a big departure from the books, they decided to expand Bronn's role and give him a lot more screen time. So the funny thing, and as many people already know, Jerome Flynn and Lena Headey, or Hetty, however you say her last name, they used to date, and I'm not 100% sure if they have a child together, but I do know they used to date. And apparently their breakup was so tremendously bad that it is in their contracts that they do not share screen time whatsoever. And I think that the catalyst for this is possibly Lena Headey. Possibly. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. But I do know that it is in both of theirs that that they don't appear on screen together, right? And we'll get into that because there's a funny thing that kind of happens in season 7 that there were a lot of people who were unaware of that dynamic, you know, and we'll get to that later. But anyway, so since they needed something for Jaime to do, they didn't send him to the Riverlands at that particular point in season 5. So season 5, they decided we are going to have Bronn and Jaime go to Dorne. They go to Dorne. They have a couple of adventures there. They get locked up, and Bronn winds up finding out about the poison that the sand snakes have, because he is given the poison by Tyene. And well, it's not that he's given the poison by Tyene. He's cut by Nymeria with one of her daggers, and Tyene later, you know, propels the poison by, you know, his heart rate racing, when he's looking at the boobies. He's like, oh my god, got some young girl boobies here. And boy, oh boy, and his heart starts all this and speeds up the poison. And Tyene is like, yo, as long as you say I am the most beautiful woman that you've ever met, I will give you the antidote. It was like, all right, fine. You are the most beautiful woman I've ever met. Now, God damn it, save me. So, so now, they get back, and it's one of those things where, all right, dude still got nothing to do. So, for a few episodes, they got Bronn doing absolutely nothing, and then Jaime Lannister winds up getting kicked out of the Kingsguard and is sent to the Riverland. So it's like, all right, cool. Now we got something for Bronn to do again. So Bronn is helping out with the siege of Riverrun. And there's the scene with him and Jaime after they take back Riverrun, where they spot Arya, who they don't realize is Arya at the time, and there's a couple of girls there. They're looking at Jaime Lannister, and Jaime's like, nah, you can basically take these two. And he's like, yes, ladies, have you ever heard of Sir Bronn of the Blackwater? And he's like, oh, no need to fawn over me just because I'm an anointed knight. Like, yo, oh my god. So, after that, there is the whole thing with Jaime, the loot train stuff. There's the loot train battle. I'm trying to remember, because season 7, I'll be honest with you, season 7 for me was a kind of a mess. And so I'll be honest with you, sometimes the events get a little cross for me. I don't remember which happened first. So okay, so first thing they do in season 7 is they go to Highgarden. Go to Highgarden. They take Olenna Tyrell's money. Yeah, they kill Olenna Tyrell, the whole Tyrell army, take her money, and you have the loot train battle, I believe. Yeah, loot train battle. So you got Bronn versus a Dothraki. He hits him with the scorpion bolt, and then he actually is able to make Drogon land, and almost shoots Daenerys out of the sky with the third scorpion bolt. And then after this, you have what do you have? After this, Jaime tries to end the entire war, because on Jaime's end, he's seeing the daughter of the Mad King with a dragon burning people alive. How could you not see parallels to the Mad King at that point and decide, you know what? I ended the Targaryen dynasty before, and I will put it to end. Put it to bed to rest for all time now after this. So Bronn essentially saves Jaime from being burned to a crisp and is like, hey, no way, nobody gets to kill you before I get my money, okay? You promised me a big ass castle. You wouldn't let me have Highgarden. So no. You die before I get my moolah, okay? And you gotta respect the man. Look, the dude's been saying from the beginning, I'm about my money. I am about my gold. So after this, he sets up the meeting between Tyrion and Jaime on the low. But apparently, little birds are still everywhere. Qyburn still controls them. And this is where things kind of get a little funny. You actually get hilarious because you have the on-screen Cersei doesn't like Bronn on screen, and Lena Headey and Jerome Flynn don't get along off screen. Yo, that is absolutely hilarious. I mean, think about it, right? Like, so now you get this thing where, like, yo, Lena Headey must have felt awesome doing those scenes where she's talking about, like, yo, you need to punish Bronn, do this, that, and the third. That we probably, like, we got to go back and see, like, yo, did she do her best acting in season 7 at the times when she was talking shit about Bronn? Oh my god. So, so that brings me to the next time we see Bronn after that. And this is Bronn right before the meetup. When they're on their way to the meetup, he's talking to Tyrion, and he's like, hey, you know what? I just brought the queen all of her enemies, ready to kill. I am basically securing my future, because, yeah, Tyrion brings up, like, hey, look, I already told you I pay you more, and you're walking us in instead of killing us. He's like, nah, but you got to look at it like this. Yeah, I'm walking you in, but I'm walking you into the person who hates you. So it's a win-win for me. So yeah, that's absolutely hilarious. But then, like, all right, so he walks them in to into the dragon pit, and then right before Cersei walks in, he tells Podrick, yeah, let's go get a drink and have the rest of these fancy folks talk it out. And then in comes Cersei. So that was just funny, based on the fact that it was like a lot of people, when they saw that, they were like that don't really check up on the news or look at YouTube videos, or like just get background information about the show. I saw a lot of comments like, yo, that was so weird. Why the hell did Bronn leave? And it's basically because of the situation with Jerome Flynn and Lena Headey. Since those two don't get along, you will not see those two on screen whatsoever for nothing. There's not going to be a time. And if it ever happens to be a thing where they must do a photo shoot and everyone in the cast has to be there for some odd reason, I bet you almost 100%, if Cersei is like, if Lena Headey is in the middle of the shot and it's like her and Nikolai Costa-Waldau, Jerome Flynn is going to have to be strafed off at one of the edges of that photo, if he's even allowed in the photo whatsoever. If he is in the photo, he'll be all the way off, and they'll probably have it like Jaime and Cersei in the middle, and then off to the side it'll be Tyrion and Bronn. But you wouldn't see those two, like in a close proximity. And when it comes to the actual TV show, No, you're not seeing them together at all. It's not happening. Ricky Hunt said Bronn is going to be old all of Westeros by the end. Oh man, that would be absolutely hilarious. Mm-mm-mm. When the actors play their Game of Thrones, hilarious, hilarious. All right, man, oh man. So I do believe that is the last time we see Bronn. Yeah, that is the last time we see Bronn. You know what's the funny thing? I was actually expecting, because when Jaime comes back to King's Landing at the end of season 7, I mean, no, at the end of season 6, and sees that the Sept is blown up, Bronn is with him. So I was expecting when he left King's Landing to go north, to fight with the northern forces, that I would see Bronn next to him too, because look, Jaime, wherever Jaime goes, like Bronn basically said, wherever you go, I go until I get my money. So that was the thing that kind of like, no matter how many times I see that, I will always be like, oh, what the fuck is Bronn? But I'm pretty sure Bronn will be with Jaime, uh, at the beginning of season 8. Like wherever Jaime ends up, Bronn will probably be with him. Oh man, oh man. All right, so let's get to some questions. Let's get to some questions. It's funny because like I talked about this character longer than I normally do any character. Let's post this up real quick. Shout out to my brother JD. What's poppin', man? I still have not finished I still have not finished the Punisher. We supposed to talk Punisher. I still have not finished Punisher whatsoever. I'm gonna go back and watch that from the beginning. Yeah. All right, first question we got here from Leslie Powell. Um, how do you think Bronn will die next season? Hmm. That is interesting because he almost died this season. I actually expected him to die after he got his bag of gold from Jaime. Um, damn. How do I think Bronn will die? Um, Either A, he's going to die fighting the White Walkers, because I don't think he's going to die fighting against the Golden Company. So either A, he's going to die fighting the White Walkers, or B, he's going to make it out of the series. Which that would be hilarious, to see Jerome Flynn still around for the very last episode, and Lena Headey not. That would be so funny. Man, so let's see here. Let's see what else is there for Bronn to do without Tyrion, or I think you meant Sir Jaime, like wrote her Jaime, unless you meant Herr Jaime, like in German or something like that. I don't know. Find him a wife that can help him get richer, that is rich, that he can marry, something like that. I mean, that's pretty much about it. From Way Up Topic Radio, could Bronn beat the Mountain? Yes and no. I mean, You know, like, look, Bronn recognizes how much of a threat the Mountain is. That's why he didn't want to fight him. He was like, nah, no, no, no. So he could, you know, anyone could, you know, but it all depends on the day, really. All right, when Debo breaks down the door, asks, "What's Bronn's narrative purpose moving forward, book and show?" Like I said, his narrative purpose. Well, I think his narrative purpose for the book is really to kind of stick it to Cersei, just to troll Cersei, you know, and show that, like, you know, titles don't really mean anything if somebody can just up jump themselves. You know, Bronn up jumped himself to a legitimate lord. He took somebody else's name and all that. You know, so, you know, titles are what you make them, and if you want bigger titles, you go out and you just get them for yourself. For the show, his narrative purpose is kind of comic relief, kind of more of an everyman perspective. You know, somebody who's kind of blue collar, like blue collar worker, I guess you'd say. That's the best way I can put it for his show narrative. All right, next up from Ricky Hunt: is Bronn's book plotline largely done, or will he have a part to play in the future? I think his book plotline is largely done. Yeah, it's probably done. You know, because, like, what more are you gonna have him do in the books? You know, there's not much more you can really have him do in the books, honestly speaking. Mm, let's see, from Cat, what do you think would be the purpose for Bronn in the upcoming War TV version? There isn't really that much purpose for him. You know, like I said, he's kind of comic relief kind of thing. A shout out to my man Tony Umber, Lord of Last Hearth. What's going on, man? All right, next up from Ricky Hunt. Will Bronn get his higher born lady and a bigger castle? If so, what high born lady and castle will he get? Now, he's not getting. I mean, look. All right, so if he does, and because we're talking about show, because in the books he already has his higher born lady. If he does get a higher born lady in the show, maybe a Frey. Like, remember, because all the female Freys are still alive, so he might get the twins and a Frey. Yeah, that would be crazy. Way up topic radio, so Bronn versus Oberyn. Oberyn, because Bronn. Yeah, Bronn would probably wind up getting cut, you know, by Oberyn at some point. So yeah, man. Oberyn, because you basically, if Bronn gets cut, he's dead. Let's see. So Jayon Calrissian says Bronn is a Tarbeck. So yeah, there is the whole Rain Tarbeck, and yeah, and in fact, Ricky Hunt brought like, what do you think about the Rain or Tarbeck theory? And also Leslie Powell is asking about that. Here's the thing though, like, he's been way too friendly with the Lannisters. And when I say friendly, I mean like friendly. If someone came and wiped out your whole family, you know, we're talking about close and distant relatives, because remember, the Rains and the Tarbecks were relative houses. even if I am sellsword, I'm not going to be that friendly with the people who uh who annihilated my family. So nah, I don't buy into the to the rain theory. You know, nah, I don't buy into that one. Rain or Tarbeck, I don't buy into it. It's the worst trying to drink through ice cubes. Sometimes makes you make weird noises when you're in a cup. So sorry. All right, from Cat. Do you think he'd get involved with the war against the White Walkers? I don't think he's gonna have much of a choice unless he plans on going to Essos or the Summer Isles or something like that. I don't think he's gonna have much of a choice. And again, he's gonna want to keep Jamie alive for his possible reward if they survive the war. So. Oh wow. Oh my god, Iron Throne says there's Renly in friendly. I mean, yeah, if you change around some of the some of the lettering, yes, there was a Renly in friendly. I don't think I've done one on Renly yet, have I? I don't think I've done one of these on Renly. I gotta check. Listen, man, I'll be honest with you. Like, even though I only do these once a week, I forget which characters I have and haven't done, except for like a few that I definitely know I've done. All right, from Ricky Hunt, what the hell was Bronn doing north of the wall? Man, honestly speaking, I don't. That was probably just some shit that Dan and Dave wrote to make Bronn seem cooler. You know, because like, yeah, unless he is a deserter from the Night's Watch, like what was some? You'd never get some regular Westerosi to just go north of the wall. First off, unless you're sailing to Hardhome, how are you getting north of the wall? Unless you're going, was it the Bridge of Skulls, the Canyon of Skulls, or whatever? Because I'm pretty sure you're not just going to go to a Night's Watch castle and be like, hey, yeah, I'm doing some shit. You mind letting me through the wall? So yeah, it was just probably something that they threw in there just to be like, hey, well, it'll make him sound cool. It'll make him sound like a more of a badass if he's been north of the wall. So yeah, man, fuck that. Let's see. And of course, next up for Ricky. Oh, I see spots. Shout out to I see spots. Let's see. Yeah, next up for Ricky Hunt. Will we ever find out anything about Bronn's origins? I doubt it. I doubt it. Yeah, I mean, because at this point, what do we really need to know about him at this point that would give him? I don't know. That would lend weight to the story, really. That would do anything. Um, that would do anything for him. A shout out to Big E. What's going on, man? Yeah, so I mean, I don't think there's anything that I don't think that there's anything that it would do for him, necessarily, for the narrative. There's nothing it would necessarily do for the narrative to give more of a backstory on Bronn. Because if you're gonna give a backstory on him, there would have to be something significant to the rest of the story, or at least to a part of the story that propels her forward, that revealing a back you know revealing backstory wouldn't shit. Damn. I don't know why that, man, my mind just went blank. Try to get too philosophical, and also there's a lot of background noise. I'm not even sure if you can hear it right now. Anyway, but yeah, there has to be a narrative reason, and at this particular point, I don't see a narrative reason to give us more on Bronn as far as backstory is concerned. Um. All right, so let's see. Ricky Hunt says biggest characters you haven't done are John, Stannis, Davos, and Jan Royce. Okay, well, next week I got Blackfish. Maybe the week after I'll do Jan Royce. I want to save Davos, John, and Stannis for a little while later. Big E. So, Big E asks, will Bronn ever get a castle? Probably at some point. Probably. Ricky Hunt asks, have you ever heard Jerome Flynn's music? So I've seen one of his videos, or at least a clip from one of his videos, and interesting story. So there was a video that he did, because I know he was in like a duet back in the 80s and 90s or whatever, right? So one of the videos that he shot was at a place in New York, which is like about 2 blocks from Grand Central Station, and it was I don't know if I should give out the address, but the point is, I used to work in that building. I used to, not that I used to work there, but I did security for an international bank, and that was one of the places that I had to supervise. So every now and then I would go there, and I actually had to go there for my current job. Last week I went there for my current job, and it was so weird because I haven't been there in so many years. But I also thought about that. Also thought about Jerome Flynn's video, and also there's a scene in the Avengers that's filmed right outside there, that when I saw it in the movie, I was like, oh, I know that place. I used to work there. So, little side tangent there. Let's see, from IC Spots. Are there any good New York delis in Westeros? I need some good pastrami. Listen, you know what? I heard they're opening up a Katz in Westeros. They need to reopen Carnegie Deli in Westeros. That would be awesome. Put it in like the Street of Steel or something like that. I'm trying to think, what would Katz's Deli do good? Katz's Deli would do good in Flea Bottom, because Flea Bottom kind of reminds me of the Lower East Side a little bit. So that would be so dope. Oh man, it's funny. Like, for those of you who don't know, like, Katz's Deli is old school Jewish deli in New York City, and there was one in Manhattan, and they just opened one in Brooklyn. And in fact, I was partially responsible for helping them open their Brooklyn location. And the sandwiches are huge. Every now and then, like, I'd say like 2 or 3 times a year, I go there, I get one sandwich, and I tell you no lie. So you see, like, the sandwich would be like this big, right? And where you see the white borders, that's the bread, and all the rest in here is all meat. And they got like the greatest pastrami sandwiches in the world. Oh my god. I don't even get pastrami from anywhere else. Like, period, point blank. But, that's neither here nor there. Okay, when Diva breaks down door asks, Is there more to Bronn than being a singer, slugger, hustler, smuggler, full-time cutthroat mugger? Um. Yeah. I mean, I heard he actually is an ale connoisseur. So there you go. he loves drinking. He loves finding the best drink to drink. All right. Let's see. Next up for Ricky Hunt. If Bronn does die in the show, how and who will kill him? Yo, I'm thinking death by White Walker. Like I couldn't see him getting killed by like the Golden Company or a Dothraki, or like an Unsullied. Nah, it have to, like, if Bronn is gonna die, you must give that man a spectacular death, because if you're going to keep that man around for so damn long, when by rights he should have been dead already, you got to give him a spectacular death. So if he does die, he's going to be killed by White Walker. Oh damn! I see. Where do you live at? Listen, you know what? I'm going to Ice and Fire Con. So, I see, if you're gonna be there, holla at me. Maybe I see if I can bring a Katz's deli sandwich pastrami. See, damn it, man. You should have brought up that damn thing. Now I'm gonna want a damn Katz's sandwich tomorrow, and I'm gonna have to divert all the way out of the way to go get one. I don't know. I got OT tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to go see where my overtime is at. Maybe it's on the Lower East Side or something. And it's crazy, them sandwiches, that pastrami sandwich is like $22, I think. I think it's like $22. It might even be more than that. It's crazy. Remember the first time I went to Cats, and that was like maybe 15 years ago, maybe a little more. Man, the joint was like $16. I had never seen a $16 sandwich before, right? I had never seen a $16 sandwich before, but I had never been to Cass's, and my mom was like, nah, trust me, you're gonna love it. And I was like, this is crazy. First off, I saw the size of the sandwich, and I was like, okay, I guess this is worth your $16 just off the size. And then I tasted the pastrami. I was like, oh my god, oh my god. Ah, damn it, man! You can't be doing that, bro. You can't, I see. You can't be, man. Damn it, man! I'm got to do more overtime just so I could go and buy a week's worth of cat sandwiches. Like I have one every day when I go to work. Oh my god. Oh man. Let's see here. Ricky asked. Let's see. Will Bronn's last words be, "I never got my castle"? Yo, that would be crazy. He gets stabbed in the stomach and then left for dead, and he's dying. It's like, never got my bloody castle. Oh, now he's sitting there holding his side, looking at the wound. About to die. It's just like looking around. It's just like, I never did get my bloody castle. I can see him ending like that. That would be crazy. Yeah, Jan. Yes, I called the Lower East Side flea bottom. I mean, at least that's what it was. I mean, look, man, look. If you want to say like what the real like the real New York version of Flea Bottom would be, because you gotta remember also Flea Bottom isn't just like isn't just a fucked up neighborhood. I mean, it's a fucked up neighborhood where people actually still deal in commerce. So, yeah, I'd have to say the Lower East Side, because where else, man? You can't even say like Harlem or Washington Heights, because those have been fucking gentrified to death. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Lower East Side is gentrified to death, but it's not in the same way that like other places in New York have been. So, it's still kind of got a little bit of that grit and grime to it. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Damn, I see you in Oklahoma. I knew nothing about Oklahoma. All right, let's see. Crazed Infamous asks, who dies first, Jamie or Bronn? Um, Jamie or Bronn? Wow. Sorry, I can see one of. All right, this eye. I'm like, one of these eyes is looking extra, like halfway closed right now. Sorry, my damn cat woke me up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I think my eye is currently irritated from all this damn cat hair right now. So I'm looking like a damn ghoul. I'm looking in the camera and I'm just seeing like one eye, small one eye, being yeah, looking like my name should be Igor. Yes, master. No, no. I got the right brain, master. Hunchback of Notre Dame shit, man. Um, who dies first, Jamie or Bronn? I, hmm. I would say Bronn first. I'd say Bronn would die before Jamie. Oh, holy shit. Shout out to Icy Spots. I got a donation through Super Chat. Holy shit. The funny thing is, I didn't even know that damn little meme still worked. Oh, man. Shout out to DJ. Oh, what? Yeah, yeah, Frank. You know what? I do got Cone the Desert. I have not. Yeah, man. You know what's funny? Like, I haven't been vaping like that. I haven't. Listen, man. I've like leaned up on a lot of vices. Yeah. Yo, thank you a lot, IC. So that's towards the sandwich, man. Thank you, man. But look, yeah, if you're gonna be an Ice and Fire con, man, holla at me, let me know, man. I'll definitely see what I can do about bringing a cat sandwich, man. Have to freeze dry it or something, man. I gotta find some way to still try to make it fresh. But see, here's the thing though. If you're gonna be there and you want the sandwich, that means I would have to fly there then. Because I planned on driving from New York to Ohio for that. Mm-mm. And pastrami and mustard. You know what's funny? Like I normally have my pastrami, just the pastrami and mustard. That's it. No cheese. No nothing. I don't like. I don't know. Is Reuben corned beef or is that pastrami? I don't know. Like I think I've only have ever had a Reuben like one time. Shout out to Alejandra 7775555. And she asked, how will Arya and Sansa react to Danny when they meet? Um, how will they? Yo, I mean, you know what's funny? Sansa's definitely gonna be hating because she's probably gonna be like, "Yo, you went there as a king, and now you came back as a vassal. Um, you know, you should have never went there. You betrayed the Starks, all kinds of crazy, ill shit. Should be saying to Jon about Daenerys. Um, Arya would probably like Dany. Just based off the fact that Arya is all about projecting strength. You know, and here is someone who is a queen, in her own right. She came through with her magic dragons, and she puffed a magic dragon, lived by the sea, and all that other good stuff. So yeah, yeah, that I think Arya would definitely respect Daenerys, and she might even admire her. Where Sansa would feel more threatened. Uh, yeah, Sansa would feel more threatened. Let's see here. All right, from Maria Lynn. Let's see what's your difference between sweet, bittersweet, bitter? Most people predictions seem very bitter. Where's the sweet? Oh, this is still Comb the Desert for those who want to know what flavor. Um, yeah, Jayon. Oh my God, I never want to talk about Star Wars: The Last Jedi. I never want to talk about that movie. That movie was so fucking trash. Um, so mostly everything is bitter. Where's the sweet? See, I think the reason why people mainly come up with the bitter stuff is because um is because we have been conditioned as far as how we think fantasy stories should end, with the hero making it out alive, and like George said, this person rules for 100 years and was a good king or queen and all that, and that's about where it ends. So I think because we're not sure what a bittersweet ending means, the moment that we hear it's not going to turn out okay for everybody, your mind automatically starts grasping at straws and just goes to, oh, it's going to be fucked up. So that's why you don't get the sweet, because of that. All right, next up from Angel Reed. Shout out to Angel Reed. What comes out first, season 8 or the new book finally releasing? Man, yo. Unfortunately, I think season 8, man. And like, it's not that that's what I want, but I think that's the unfortunate reality we might have to deal with, man. Next up from Ricky Hunt. Is George always hungry when he writes the books? He drones on and on about different foods. Like, is he starving when he writes? I don't know, man. Um, yo, oh man, it seems like it, right? I always, yeah, you know what? Like, anytime that I read the books, especially, I gotta have a snack with me because I already know, like, I gotta have like 3 or 4 snacks because I know if it gets to a part where George, where George, um, is gonna start talking about food. If I haven't eaten in a couple of hours because I'm sitting there just reading the books, I'm gonna have to snack on something just so I'm not sitting there salivating like, yo, like what? That sounds amazing. Oh my god, that sounds amazing. Yeah, since I don't want to be doing that now, man, I'm I gotta have snacks with me, man. Oh man. Ricky, listen, man. I don't think the Arya would hate Danny, man. You know, if it's written well, I don't think she would hate Danny. You know, um, but again, yeah, um, that's if it's written well. All right, next up, when Debo breaks down the door, asks, "Why would Sansa view Daenerys as an imminent threat when the Stark Targaryen uh sentiment is set?" Um, because at the end of the day, Sansa does want power. Sansa wants power. Um, and Daenerys is standing in her way. And you got to think about it, right? If Jon were to die, Sansa could become queen in the North. But now that Jon has bent the knee to Daenerys, she can't even become queen. The most she could be is Lady of Winterfell, because Jon has already given the kingdom back to Daenerys. So, no, of course she would view Daenerys as a threat. Oh man, Leslie, I didn't know you was gonna start going in about uh yeah, I didn't know you was gonna start going in about about Star Wars. You know what? It's funny because I thought about doing something on, like, I only have, like, I have another channel that I literally only put one video on, and I was thinking about start doing a Friday stream. And the thing I was going to talk about on, like, tomorrow, in fact, I was thinking about doing a Friday stream, and the first topic was gonna be Star Wars: The Last Jedi and how that was absolute trash, and how people need to stop falling for the damn okie doke when it comes to that movie. Because that movie is trash. It is, you know. And like, I feel bad for Mark Hamill. I feel bad for Carrie Fisher. You know, I feel bad for the cast. I feel bad for George Lucas too, man. Yeah, yeah, man. The Star Wars Last Jedi are straight trash. Straight up and down, straight trash. I hated that. I hated that movie. Actually, you know what's funny? And this is why I was apologizing last week. Cause I went to go see that on Thursday. Um and I left that theater feeling so empty and ashamed, and I felt like I got robbed. I felt like somebody came through, tapped my pockets, took the money out, and then told me that I was richer. That's how I felt after the move. It's like, no, no, no. I took the money out of your pockets, but you have more money now. You're actually rich now. That's how I felt like, yo, oh my God. Oh my God. All right, let's see. All right, man, for Ricky Hunt, is there a quote from the books you hate? Mine is they will find you in the snow, frozen, with needle in your hands. Don't makes me worry about Arya's future. Um, I can't think of a quote that I hate from the books. Yeah, I can't. I honestly speaking, no, I can't think of like one right now that I hate from the books. I'd have to go back and really, think about that. Oh man, yeah, save the porgs, but I mean, I feel bad. I feel bad for the CGI porgs having to be in that movie. So Ricky Hunter asks, so Dr. Tainment is like a rich? No, yo, I initially made Dr. Tainment, um, as a backup channel to do all of my non Game of Thrones stuff, but with the way that YouTube has been doing things, it it seriously discouraged me from making other kinds of videos. Um, for those of you who don't actually make YouTube videos, man, like, but I'm pretty sure you've heard of like the adpocalypse and other stuff like that, man. And you get like little emails from YouTube about the improvements that they're making and all that. And yeah, honestly speaking, it really gets discouraging sometimes because you put a lot of time and energy to making the best product you could possibly make, and there's a couple of things that happen. One, if you miss your regular timeline of putting out videos, if you take some time off from doing videos, automatically YouTube stuffs you down in the rankings and doesn't promote your videos. And two, it, like, for a while it just seemed like I kept on running into the only way that people were actually getting their videos any kind of notoriety was by essentially copying somebody else's videos. And I've never been one to go out and copy what somebody else is doing. I might be influenced by something I see. Like even the OBS thing, that was influenced by wanting, because I've always, like, ever since I ever started doing videos, period, point blank, it was always like, all right, well, how can I make this more entertaining, more interactive? How can I separate from the pack? And it's a little disheartening to put the time, energy, and the money. Like, yo, look, I bought a whole new laptop, microphone, camera, light setups, freaking backgrounds, uh um programs, all kind, like, yo, I have spent, if I had to total up what I've spent just to make YouTube videos, and I still haven't even got 100% to the quality that I personally want. But if I had to guess, I'm gonna say around four. No, not even. I'd say probably around like $5,000 to $6,000. So for it to not really move anywhere, and to know that YouTube really, like, when it comes to the creators, man, YouTube gives zero fucks about creators. I'll be honest with you, they don't care. They don't care. Um, so it's just been a little disheartening, and then to have, when you do all of that stuff, um, and sometimes you have people that look at it like you're some kind of sham, or like like you don't know what you're doing, or whatever may have you, man. It's really disheartening. But we gonna get off that. Like, I'm not here to sit on my soapbox about about like how YouTube, because honestly speaking, I'm at the point where like, like yeah, like there was somebody asked me about, do I have a Patreon? How can they support on Patreon? Like, I see, I thank you for the gesture of giving, the super chat. I'm never gonna see that money. YouTube, I've gotten people that have hit me with super chats before. I've never seen that money. Like YouTube is not gonna give me any of that money at all. So do me a favor, like for those of you who are watching, yeah, don't send super chat money. Don't do that. Um, I thank you for the gesture, but I'm never gonna see that money. So save your money, all right? Um. So from Ricky Hunt, I'm trying to get back to these questions real quick. Was Last Jedi so bad it makes you want George Lucas back? Yeah, yo, I think we as a fandom owe George Lucas an apology. He wound up selling to Disney because of the backlash that he received from the prequels, and also because of the failure of the last movie that he ever actually put money into, which was Red Tails. So because of the failure of Red Tails and also the backlash he received from the prequels and the last Indiana Jones, he decided to sell Lucasfilm and say, "Yo, fuck this industry." And and unfortunately, what we got was The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and we're gonna get this bastardization of fucking Han Solo story and shit. So yeah, I wish George Lucas didn't sell. And George, if you ever happen to see this, I apologize as a fan if I ever let you down and made you feel like. But it's funny because I own all of that shit, man. I personally don't have a problem with the prequels like some people do. Are they the greatest movies of all time? No, but what is? But fuck it, man. Let's get back to the real shit, man. Thanks to everybody who does support me. All right, when Debo breaks down the door, asks, is the show justified in most of its alterations, or is it totally pointless to have book show fan altercations? Yeah, I mean, yeah, at this point, it's see, it's hard to tell. Like, I understand that you can't do everything on TV. You can't, but I think that it got to a point where because Dan and Dave had been so closely associated with Game of Thrones, and it was like, oh, this is almost like their brainchild kind of thing. They felt, the TV show is our thing. Is this TV show belongs to us? That they made changes that it's like, yo, why would you do that? You know, and look, sometimes unfortunately, we've gotten to a world of extremes where now it's like everything is either you love it or you hate it kind of thing. There's almost zero middle ground. Um, I try as best as I can to straddle the middle ground where I can, but sometimes, yeah, there's stuff that when it comes to adaptations or whatever may have you, I'm just like, yo, this is absolute bullshit. I can't do this. And sometimes it's things that I absolutely love. Um, I think that for the people who are fans of the show, and who only watch the show and, you know, love what the show does, you know, I think that, you know, when you criticize people who take issue with things that have been changed from the books, you know, you're criticizing them in the manner of, okay, well, yeah, it's almost like saying what you love sucks. But it's like, yo, you know, if it wasn't for the people who made these books the hits that they turned out to be, there would be no show. Now, on the flip side of that, for the book fans who, you know, are book purists to a certain extent, for those who are book purists to a certain extent, it's almost like, I understand you know, like there's certain characters that you might want to see, like, you know, like a Lady Stoneheart, a Strong Belwaz, or Brown Ben Plum, or, you know, whoever it may be. Or maybe you don't like the fact that, you know, Dario didn't have the, you know, the blue beard with the wild yellow hair and all the bright colors, and didn't do all of the cultural differences that are described in the books. But, you know, for one, you have people who are working on a TV show who are trying to kind of create a cohesive theme, and then sometimes they may not understand that, you know, sometimes highlighting the differences that are from the books is what makes it special. So they you know, sometimes you can't just be, no, they didn't do this like that in the books, so, you know, so it's garbage. You can't always do that. You know, so it's a hard thing, man. It's a hard, you know, and it's funny though, because even like when I did the case for and against Dan and Dave, right? I did case for Dan and Dave, and immediately somebody came to the video and was like, yo, I can't believe you stuck up for these dudes. You suck and I'm unsubscribing. You know, I don't even know if you watched the whole video or not, you know, but it was just kind of like, all right, you know. And then when I did the case against Dan and Dave, oh, I got called all kinds of fucking idiots and retards and, you know, all kinds of shit, man. All kinds of shit, you know. But it is what it is, man. Let's see here. Mm-mm. Uh, yeah, it was. Let's see. I see, like, what? No just. Yeah, there's no justice. Ricky asked, "Do I have a Patreon?" I do have a Patreon. I don't have it set up because, look, here, you know, my whole thing is, right. Um, like there are a few people who I support on Patreon because, you know, whatever, it's what I do. But, you know, I didn't really start doing these videos to gain profit or popularity or whatever. I mean, don't get me wrong, seeing the numbers is cool, you know. And I was just telling somebody today, I thought about you know, making a video telling people who don't watch my shit, who are subscribed, to unsubscribe. I'd rather be down to like 300 subscribers right now, you know. It's less pressure on me, and I know the 300 people who normally watch the videos really appreciate them. So, you know, I'd rather have it down to 300 subs at this point. But as far as the Patreon, yeah, I signed up for it, but I don't feel like I at this particular moment in time, I don't have anything extra to give you, so I wouldn't want people to just be putting in their money just for me to do this every Thursday or Friday, you know. So if there comes a point where I have extra things that I can give you that I feel go above and beyond and it might be deserving of some financial contribution or financial compensation, then you know maybe I'll open up the Patreon thing. But for right now, I'm like, nah, I don't, I'm not, I don't feel like I'm giving you people anything that warrants me receiving any kind of money from you. All right, so you know that's just me. I'm a you know that when it comes to, like, I know what it's like to get up and go out to work every day and to really work for your money. So I'd never ask someone to give me something for this. Not for this. No, not for this. You know, if it was something substantial and it's like, yo, I put blood, sweat, and tears, and I didn't invested a whole bunch into it, and you know, I'm just trying to break even or something like that. All right, then maybe, but not for this. So, all right, shit, I'm way behind on questions. Right? I done went off all the way in fucking rants and shit. All right, so Alejandro 7777555 asks, "Are you going to watch the Amazon Lord of the Rings series?" And you answered it for me already. I'm gonna see what's up with that. Let's see. Next one for Ricky Hunt. What do you think about Bronn getting so much screen time? James Michelle and others have said it upsets them because they feel it takes away from bigger characters. It does. Um, yeah, because look, there's other storylines that they cut to give Bronn more screen time, but they've given Bronn some dope shit to do though. So it's not like they gave him more screen time where it's like literally him lounging by the pool, you know, not doing shit. So I mean, you know, it's six in one hand, half a dozen in the other kind of thing. All right. When Debo breaks down the door, asks, "Do you think the Force Awakens was a more well knit project?" Uh, yes, yeah. The Force Awakens. Look, all right. So here's the thing. As far as I guess cohesive storytelling and a more satisfying experience, The Force Awakens was better in that regard. If I had never seen the original trilogy at all, and I came into The Last Jedi, and the only movie I had seen before that was The Force Awakens, I might like the Last Jedi better. Um, yeah, but yeah, um, I don't know. All right, let's get back on track. Let's get back on track. Let's see here. Yeah, Jayon, you know we'll have to talk about you know what, maybe I don't know. Look, man, follow me on Twitter, or on Instagram or something, because I don't know. I might actually do the thing on Entertainment tomorrow, uh, where I talk about The Last Jedi. I might do that. So follow me on Twitter. You see the name at the bottom of the screen. All right. You know, so this way, you know, you'll know if I do that tomorrow. If I do, it'll probably be kind of late tomorrow night. I'm not sure. All right, from Ricky Hunt, what was the most disappointing moment for you in the books? What was the moment that made you the happiest reading the books? So the most disappointing moment for me in the books, the most disappointing moment in damn. Um damn. Shout out to Kevin Cleary. I know I'm behind as fuck right now. I'm almost 10 minutes behind as far as answering these questions, man. I'm sorry about that. I went off on like so many fucking side tangents. Um, shit. Most disappointment. Um, man, I'll be honest with you. I'm not 100% sure. Um, what's the most disappointing moment? The part the one the, let's see the moment that made me the happiest. You know what I'll say is the most disappointing, or the that made me the most disappointed. Was not getting more of Brand's visions. Like at the end of in his chapters in A Dance with Dragons, not getting more like of what the visions meant or anything like that, and the happiest was realizing that, and this is going back. See, but all right, happiest reading the books that the Broken Man speech, the Broken Man monologue from Septim Maribald. Uh, because that was just so beautifully written, you know. That was that was beautifully written. I'm not sure exactly when John was cucked. When yeah, what the hell? When Debo breaks down like, yeah, well, John speaking time of being absolutely I don't think that John will be cucked at all. I mean, I don't know. uh let's see here. Listen, Dario ain't coming back. Dario's not coming back whatsoever. I will say yes, they gave Missandei and Grey Worm way too much. I wasn't like, don't get me wrong, I like seeing, Natalie Emmanuel, in her birthday suit as much as anybody, but yeah, that damn story with Missandei and Grey Worm and the love scenes and all that shit, yeah, that shit to me is fucking pointless. I don't want to hear nothing about no deeper narrative about, oh, even in the midst of war, there can still be love. Man, you don't get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Oh man, let's see here. Yeah, man, I don't like, yo. Sansa is the lady of the Dreadfort. Why is she speaking on any Winterfell politics? She's the lady of the Dreadfort. They never once mentioned who gets the Dreadfort at all. Never once. Yo, man. Oh my god. All right, let's see. Next up from When Debo breaks down the door. Does Dario want more from Daenerys than being smutty, or is he content with being her butt buddy? And yeah, this is just hilarious. You with the rhymes all the damn time, man. Oh man. Um, if you're talking about Book Dario, I think Book Dario is just like, yo, look, I'm getting Slay, a beautiful chick who's a queen. And I get to have it any way I want. I think in the book version, is she is just a piece of ass to him. You know, in the show, I think he actually did have some kind of feelings for her, and it's funny though, because dude was like, "Yo, what comes after the mother dragons?" And he was like, "Yeah," he was like, "What comes after the mother dragons?" And she says, "I imagine a whole lot of women." Um, yeah, I imagine a whole lot of women. So that's just hilarious because she's acknowledging that she's leaving this dude kind of with a hole that he might wind up kind of trying to fulfill like Robert Baratheon did, because Robert Baratheon admits, at least in the show, that all of his drinking and sleeping with all of these different women was basically a hole that was left when he didn't get Lyanna. Which, on Robert's behalf, he might believe that, but it's probably bullshit. But on Dario's behalf, in the show at least, I think he actually does love Daenerys, and I think that it could actually leave a hole that leaves him kind of fucked up. Let's see here. Man. All right, so next up for Ricky Hunt. Did you fall for George's red herring about Sir Hugh of House Aaron or his daughter being the harpy or any other? Um, well, all right. So look, I came, again, since I came into the and I didn't say it on this particular one, but I came into the books later than I did on the show, so I didn't have any pretense when reading at least the first three books. I didn't have any pretense about those because I pretty much already got already knew what I was getting. But like, yeah, the his daughter thing, it's kind of not until his daughter gets arrested by Barristan that is kind of like, oh, you know what? Maybe his daughter is not related to the Harpies at all. And then, I guess you could say we kind of got I guess you could kind of say that we got confirmation from the show when they killed him off, but we don't know, you know. Um, Robert, yeah, Robert was already drinking and sleeping around before the Lyanna thing, but what I'm saying is, like, in the show, he tries to justify like the reason why he kept doing it and possibly did it more is because he didn't get Lyanna. And in his mind, that's his personal narrative that he spun in his mind that he might actually believe, but it's most likely bullshit though. you know it's like when you see dudes who have constantly cheated on, cheated on whatever women that they were with, or they were womanizers, and they say, "Oh, no, 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 I want to settle down and get married. I'm going to stop doing it," and they still keep doing the same thing. Now, in their mind, or they might verbally tell people, "Oh, no, I want to be a better man." Um, I'm trying to do the best that I can. It's like, no, really, no, really, they're not really. It's how they make themselves feel better about the fuck shit that they're doing. That's all it is. And as far as Dario in the book saying he was gonna get into a fight and get drunk because his girl was getting married, it's more of a possessive thing. It's like, okay, again, I'm trying to think what would be the equivalent of that in the real world. It's like if it's like if some dude who, if maybe like you had like a dude that a lot of women liked, right? And yet he's able to get with some high profile like an actress, like let's say he was able to get with um Holly Berry. Yeah, he's able to get with Holly Berry, and Holly Berry, to him is just a conquest. And it's like, all right, everything is all good, and now he's being told like, yeah, somebody else now has your conquest. That's what Daenerys was for him. It was a status thing in his own mind. So who's Harvey Shea Pated Green Grace? Um, that's a good question. Shea Pated Green Grace. Um, it's funny because like there's so many clues that it could be either one of them. Fuck it, I'm gonna go with the cheating answer and say both. I'm gonna say they are both the leader of the harpies. Mm-mm. All right. When Debo breaks down the door, asks theoretically if Marjorie would have died in Joffrey's place, then Joffrey dies from the wine taste. With Tywin arrange for Mace to sit on tier. Yo, what the? Would Tywin arrange for Mace to sit on Cersei's face for get Lars in this case? Oh my god. Wow. Wow. I mean, nah, cause no, cause Mace was already married, so yeah, Mace was already married. And it's funny because like, who the hell is his wife? That's a funny thing. I don't think I've ever heard his wife mentioned. That's crazy. Let's see. Favorite album of 2017. Um, favorite album of 2017. Um, shit. I'll be honest with you. Like, it is. Hmm. Favorite album of 2017. Damn. You know what? It's funny. Like, I don't know. Maybe Kendrick Lamar. Damn. You know, it's funny because I just bought like the NERD album. Um, and while it is catchy, it is like I say, it's like their best and yet their worst album at the same time. I don't know. It's a little weird. I don't know if any of you guys even know who NERD is. If you don't know, it's Pharrell Williams and a couple of people. You know what album I wanted to be good, but I every time I listened to any of the previews, it was just absolute trash. The Eminem album, the new Eminem album, just straight trash, straight up and down trash. And you know, yeah, it's not that I mean to feel like that, but all right, hold on. Let me see let me see what albums I actually bought this year. So Jay-Z 444, Wu-Tang Saga continues. Sean Price Imperious Rex. Big Boy Moonverse. Wait, I feel like I'm missing some. Oh, Forever There's a Mighty Long Time. Bruno Mars joint was kind of dope too, though. David Banner. I didn't buy a lot of albums this year. Um, Fuck it. I'm gonna get the cliche answer and say Jay-Z 444. Yo, Tyler the Creator is a little too weird for me. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, Tyler the Creator is a little too weird for me. Um, I can't really do the pop shit, so I'm sorry. You know, like you might be like, oh, why didn't I name certain artists? I can't do like the pop shit. I just can't. Um, I don't even know any modern rock groups. Like I see Panic at the Disco got a new album, but I never was a fan of Panic at the Disco. Oh my god. Fallout Boy, never. They got a new album coming out. Never was really a fan of theirs. A lot of these people, like I'm looking on iTunes right now, and I'm just like, I have no idea who you people are. I am so out of touch. I am so damn out of touch with whatever is going on right now. I've been all about my podcast and just listening to like or watching YouTube videos. Oh shit! Imagine Dragons got an album out. Gwen Stefani. It's funny. I probably should know about Ed Sheeran, but I really don't know shit about Ed Sheeran. Like I'm just going through this. Never liked Beck. Never been a big fan of Darius Rucker. Can't stand Drake. Yo, 98 Degrees is back. Yo, chill, chill, son. Oh my god. Uh. Mm. I don't know. I'll try listening to Tyler Creator, but Tyler the Creator, I don't know, man. Weird, but yeah. Listen, Kendrick Lamar's album was dope. Jay-Z's album was dope. Um, Young Jeezy, I wasn't, like I haven't like really listened to it yet. Like I said, the NERD album, like it's like as somebody who's really into just instrumentation, it was a very interesting album, but some of the choices that they made, it made it come off too weird. I'm like, all right, y'all motherfuckers is into peyote or something. Y'all didn't take it just a little bit too far. I'm like, I understand, you spell a NERD, and turns to nerd, but it really, like, this sounds like Revenge of the Nerds on steroids or something, man. It's a little too much, a little too much. One person whose album you would never get me to buy is Cardi B. I like, listen, I'm from New York. I grew up, as a hip hop head. Um, I love to see people from the city, do their thing, obviously, but yo, there's only so much ghetto ratchet bullshit that I can stomach, and like, yeah, like I can't, nah. Cardi B, I understand, yeah, you're grinding, your hustle and everything, but oh my god, no, I can't do it. Oh man. All right, we're getting way off in the woods. That Frank said, listen, I hated Eminem's Revival at first, but after a week, it's growing on me. I'm sorry, yo. Eminem's album, like, you know, the production is straight trash. Like, I don't know what audience he was going for with this album, as far as the production is concerned. But nah, I can't do it, man. I sat there and I listened to the previews on iTunes, and I was just like, oh my god. I haven't bought like the last three Eminem albums, because to me all of them just sound like straight trash. And people can say, oh well, you're not giving the artist a chance to grow and experiment. I'm like, yo, you grow and experiment all you want, just make sure it's fucking good though. You know what I'm saying? People can change up their sound, they can do different shit, but I mean, yo, something if something like, I'm not into, again, I'm not into the fucking bubblegum corny pop shit, and I'm like, the fact that Eminem now sounds like all of the people that he used to. Eminem now is sounding as corny as the people that he used to rail against when he first started his career. He's starting to sound like those people now. I hated all that fucking Backstreet Boys, NSYNC shit. In back in like the mid to late '90s and the early 2000s, I hated that boy band era then, and I still don't like that music now. I don't, nah, man. You know why Justin Timberlake was the only one that really survived and thrived out of that whole era? Because even he realized, like, okay, yeah, that corny bubblegum pop shit, it was cool, as an introduction, but when sounds and the times change, you got to find a new sound. You got to find something that people aren't gonna look back on 5 or 10 years from now and be like, oh my god, I can't believe I fucking listened to that shit, and actually I thought it was good. So yeah, man. All right, so look, I'm gonna take a couple more questions, and then I'm gonna get out of here, because it's been over 2 hours. I got over 2 hours I mean, and you already know Thursdays. I always be having work to do. I'm the fucking worst when it comes to paperwork, man. I can admit that I'm absolutely horrible when it comes to paperwork. Let's see here. All right, who are the worst actors on the show? Who are the best? Who has not received an Emmy nom that should have? Worst actors on the show. Oh my god. Worst actors on the show. Wow. Hmm. Oh, holy shit. Worst actors on the show. Man, wow, and Bernie the Burnt says Amelia. Amelia. Man, Amelia and Kit Harrington. Wow. Um, yeah, because Kit Harrington is like the worst at facial expressions, and man, yeah, because Kit Harrington seems like he only has two facial expressions. You know, there is confused and like angry and confused. Oh my god. The girl who played Tyene, unfortunately, yeah, man. Uh, she was cute, even though wasn't digging when she had the short hair. But I mean, but that's superficial. That don't mean nothing. But yeah, as far as the acting, I was like, oh my god, and it was like I couldn't tell if it was her or if it was just the horrible dialogue that she was giving. Because sometimes you can, if you give an actor horrible dialogue, even if they're a good actor, like there might not be a way to deliver horrible dialogue in a way that's good. So, uh, yeah, the girl played Tyene, um, would have to fall in as worst actor or actress, whatever may have you. Um, and while this may sound unpopular, um, Maisie Williams in the past two seasons, but I don't think it's Maisie Williams' fault. I think they have given her such absolute garbage to work with that there's no amount of acting that she can do to save the material. So I think that, yeah, like I know a lot of people might be like, no, Maisie Williams is fantastic, and it's like, yo, but I don't. They're giving her such garbage to work with that it's hard to really gauge her acting chops properly. We need to see we need to see something of weight, of consequence, something that's compelling as far as the script is concerned, to know whether or not Maisie Williams can properly pull that off. We haven't gotten that, and because we haven't gotten that, you know, we don't know how Maisie Williams really stacks up as an actor. So it's like if she's not a good actor, if she's not really good at acting, it gets buried under the fact that she's given bullshit to work with anyway. You know, yeah. Um, as far as like the best actor, um, Charles Dance. Charles Dance was phenomenal. Um, Dude to play Walter Frey was absolute phenomenal. Oh, shit. Oh man, I forgot the lady, Michelle Fairley. Michelle Fairley did a great job. Um, See, can't really judge Stephen Delane. I would like to, but I can't really judge Stephen Delane because they gave him bullshit to work with, as far as Stannis is concerned. Another one that is hard to judge is uh uh Aidan Gillen. It's hard to judge because there was the whole thing with the shifting accent and all that. And I don't know if that was a thing that he purposely did, or if the directors were telling him to do that or whatever. Diana Rigg definitely is a great actress. Gotta be politically correct. I don't want to get accused of hating women or whatever for not putting the right gender pronouns or whatever the fuck. England, absolutely phenomenal. Um, you know what? Kinvara, I have to give that one a thumbs down. Uh, and again, it might be the material, but I was just kind of like, I don't know. I found Kinvara's accent to be a little distracting because I'm like, I don't know if she was supposed to be uh Eastern European, Norwegian, or possibly like Israeli. Like I don't like her accent was distracting, and I don't know if that was her real accent or not. So it was, yeah, it was yeah, it was I don't know, like, yeah, so the whole stuff with Kinvara just like very yeah, I wasn't a fan, you know. Um Dude that plays Varys, uh oh man, Conleth, shit, I forgot what his last name was. But yeah, the dude who plays Varys is phenomenal. Very, very engaging. Um the actress for Shireen did a very phenomenal part. Um let's see, my man who plays Davos, excellent. There are a lot of good actors on the show. There are very few actors or actresses or whatever may have you. Oh, thank you, Bernie the Burn, Conleth Hill. Um, there are very few actors where it's just like, yo, can you please get this person the fuck off screen? Very few, and I think that Game of Thrones has done a decent job of covering for the actors who are not that good. You know, yo, the second mountain was trash. The second mountain was absolutely trash. The second mountain was so trash that I didn't realize he was the mountain until the second time I watched season 3. It wasn't until the second time I watched season 3 when I really was getting into the show and the books that I recognized that dude the second dude to play the mountain was the mountain. That's how trash that dude was, and he didn't even do shit. You know, you really gotta be trash when you don't do shit. Like I think he spoke like 3 lines the entirety of season 3, and the whole time the dude was on screen at any time whatsoever. Yeah, he's the one dude out of everybody that I'm like, yo, get this man the fuck off screen. Yo, oh my god. Yeah, Jack Gleason was phenomenal. Um, yeah, Natalie Emmanuel is hard to judge because they don't really give her much to do, unfortunately. The actress that played Carsey was absolutely phenomenal, and I wish they would have kept her around for longer. Gwendolyn Christie um, is phenomenal, but they keep on giving her trash. Oh, they give her such trash to work with. Podrick, the dude that plays Podrick, is hard to tell. Because they don't give her enough. The dude that plays Edmure plays the pathetic part in everything he's in. So, you already know. The dude that plays Blackfish, um, he was good with the sarcasm. Um, Peter Dinklage, obviously, you know. Unfortunately, they gave him trash this past season. They didn't give him nothing to work with. Uh, let's see. Bernie the Burn said the Stark kids are the weakest actors. They're not terrible, but the cast is just stacked. Um, See, but again, I have to. The question needs to be asked: Is it that Is it that the Stark kids were bad at acting, or were they given trash material to work with? Because you can't, like I think Sansa, you know, and shit. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting. Like it's starting to get a little late for me, so I'm starting to forget names and shit. But the actress who played Sophie Turner, uh, Sophie Turner, I think, during the beginning was doing a phenomenal job as Sansa because I fucking hated the shit out of Sansa. Not the portrayal of Sansa. I hated the fucking character, and I think when you hate the character, that definitely is a testament to how the actor is doing. you know, um, oh man, let's see here. The actress who played Septa Unella was phenomenal because again, it was one of the ones where like I fucking hated the shit out that character. Like you got to be doing a great job when you get people to root for Cersei. You know, who else? All right, so what's funny? You know whose introduction was absolute trash, but wound up being a better fit later on. Uh, and I think his name is Piero Askew, whatever the hell. Do to play Euron. Yo, season 6, it was like, yo, get this dude the fuck off screen. But again, it partially due to the material. Season 7, he had a lot better material to work with, even though I was like, why is this man rocking guy liner? I'm like, yo, it's supposed to be, you know, it's supposed to be the equivalent of like the 12, between like the 1100s and the 1300s. Like, yo, he, like, why is your man rocking guy liner? Um, yeah, so let's see, first mountain or current mountain. See, the funny thing about it is, yo, literally, current mountain has only said, like, let's see here. He chopped up a few dudes. Uh, you know, he replied to Oberyn, some dead man. And then Ilya Martell, I killed, like, I raped her. No, what? I raped her, I killed her children, and I crushed her fucking head in just like this. And that was literally all he did. Um, hmm, I don't know. Yeah, see, a lot of good actors, a lot of good actors. Yeah, oh my god, yo, yeah, the actor for Benjamin was so fucking wasted. Oh my god. Yeah, oh they wasted the actor for Benjamin so goddamn badly. Yo, Ricky, you know what the funny thing about it is? Like, are you so you saying that Sophie Turner is terrible in X-Men? Yo, I'll be honest with you, man. Yo, you wanna know secret? Lean in close for this one. I'm about to put you on the secret. Yo, the X-Men series is trash. I know you don't want to hear that, but yo, I think that's something you need to know. Like, there's a couple of bright spots in there, but yo, X-Men series is trash. You go back and look at them movies and compare them. You know, yo, that's what, like, I'll be honest with you. I own this last trilogy, and I own Logan, and that's it. And and like, honestly speaking, the only two real good X-Men movies I'm talking about that are like, you could watch them in like 5 years and be like, this is a decent movie. This is still a good movie. Like, as far as X-Men team movies, the only two actual good ones are whatchamacallit, Days of Future Past and X-Men First Class. And you could give a part in, and X-Men First Class is still kind of, kind of iffy, and you can give like a partial credit to X-Men 2, right? So literally the and see, like, I like Logan, but even Logan was like, so, you know, again, really, if you think about it, yo, the X-Men series is trash. I'm just saying, you know. I'm not sure if you knew that. Yo, I'm tripping right now. Yo, look, it's been 2 hours and some change. It's almost, yo, wow, this is crazy. I'm tripping, like, I don't gotta get up and do a whole bunch of fucking work. Yo, like I said, follow me on Twitter, and in fact, yo, hit me up. um, hit me up tomorrow. Like I said, I might do something on Last Jedi if I'm feeling up to it. I don't know. If I do, it'll probably be about like, probably start around like 10 Eastern. I don't know. After Agents of Shield goes off. I'm loving Agents of Shield, man. Agents of Shield is my shit still. Anyway, so yeah, man. I'm about to bounce out of here. Because yeah, I got work. I need to finish. Shout out to Ion Tron, always holding me down, always giving out the links and all that stuff. Yo, shout out to everybody who yeah, shout out to everybody who was watching me tonight. The Days of Future Past was alright. That's like literally the one nearly perfect X-Men movie. That's the one. And even that one, yo, real quick, Ricky. I know you're not gonna see this for a couple of minutes, but yo, the whole thing with Professor X, where he gives himself injections, and and that's what makes him able to walk again. I'm like, yo, dude, Magneto deflected a bullet and hit him in his spinal cord, man. And you telling me that if Beast can do that, then Beast should be able to repair his spinal cord permanently. You can't tell me that, okay, um he's got, he takes the serum that it temporarily fixes his spinal cord, but also suppresses his mutant powers too, man. Like, come on, man. Like, that's a plot hole and a half right there. That's logical inconsistency at its apex. But we let it go because we want the rest of the story to still rock. So, it is what it is. But yeah, man, I'm gonna get up out of here. Yo, shout out to everybody who came to check me out tonight. I love doing this with you, obviously, else I wouldn't have been here this long. Shout out to everybody who will watch me later on. Next week. The man, the myth, the legend, Brendan Blackfish Tully. The only Tully worth talking about, because the rest of the family is a bunch of fuckboys. Anyway, oh, that was harsh as all hell. It's all good. Alright. And no, I'm not going to see Gambit, man. I like, yo, this dude, what's this dude named? Channing Tatum? Yeah, then they better not give him no fucking $130 million for no fucking Gambit. I mean, God, man. Yo, if they give any more than $40 million for the budget for that, they wasted their goddamn money, man. Stop playing. Anyway, yo, you guys already know what the deal is. Rate, comment, subscribe, share, tell your friends, and come back for more. And I'm hoping that we can that the watch can do a damn chapter breakdown. We haven't even done one this month. We gotta try to get one before the end of the year. You already know what it is. Anyway, so yeah, all that other good stuff. I will see you next week. Bring it back, Blackfish Tully. hit me up on Twitter, and you'll know whether or not I am doing one on my other channel for Last Jedi tomorrow at some point. All right. Yeah, all that other good stuff. I will catch y'all later. Doses. And yeah, Debo, I dabbed on him. We out.